Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the garage. We're out here to do a quick video for you guys. It's early March, so it's still winter, and typically we're just getting into that season where we're mostly in the 30s, but we really haven't had that this year. We've had a few really cold days, specifically right before Christmas there, it was in the teens. But for the majority of the time, it's been in the 40s and 50s for most of the winter. So it's been very, very mild. We'll get to what I think that's going to do to the fishing another time. But what a couple of people have asked me is, how do you dress for winter wade fishing? So I figured I'm going to do a quick video, how to dress for winter wade fishing without breaking the bank. I don't buy the most expensive gear out there. I don't go load up on the latest, greatest thing. Most of the time, I make what I have work. So it's not the prettiest, but it's effective. Now, if there's something that I do spend money on, it is the base layers. That's where everything starts and everything gets and stays warm. So I'm out here basically in my underwear. For you guys, I wanted to show you. So I do have base layers on. These are Under Armour base layers. They're pretty thick. I do have a couple of different thicknesses depending on the time of the year, what the air temperature is going to be, what the water temperature is going to be. This one is the one I wear for my really cold days and really cold water. Although we're going to get dressed up here, we're going to go out fishing today. It's not really going to be that cold, so we're not going to layer up as much, but I still want that protection from the water. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start, this is where I start all the time. Base layers, I have a nice pair of ski socks on underneath my base layers. But the theory behind this is you want to create overlapping layers so that you trap the heat. But one of the things you need to be careful with, when you trap heat, you create moisture. So the type of clothing that you wear, the type of clothing that you choose will help with getting and dissipating that moisture, the moisture wickening stuff. That's really what you want to do. If there's one particular type of material you want to stay away from when it comes to wintertime wade fishing and being close to your body, is cotton. Cotton keeps you really nice and warm. It's really comfortable, but when it gets wet, it doesn't let go of that moisture. So it actually does the opposite for you. So if you have that close to your body and you get cotton wet, it will actually cool your body, which on a really cold day could be a problem. So here's what we're gonna do. Here's where we start. I start with my base layers. I tuck the top layer into the pants layer. Okay, that's the first overlapping layer. Okay, then next we're going to move on to the socks. So these are thick wool inside socks. So I put those on over top of the pants. Okay, on both sides. There we go. Your body loses most of its heat through your feet and through your head. So on the really, really cold days, I actually wear 2 pairs of those wool inside socks there. So that really helps me keep my feet warm. If there's one thing for me, that if it gets cold and that's it, I'm done for the day, and that's my feet. If my feet get cold and my toes are cold, I'm done. I'm out. I'm like a little kid. I'm crying. I want to go home. Want my hot chocolate. You know what I mean. So moving on from there, the next thing I do is I just put on a t-shirt. And this is any t-shirt. Again, I stay away from cotton because it's still close to my body. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on. Okay, and sometimes if it's really, really cold out, I'll put on a neck gaiter and tuck that under here. Before I get too far, I'll tuck that in and create that other layer here. Not gonna need that today. It's actually gonna be about 60 degrees out today. So while we're out there, we shouldn't need that, okay? The next thing I do is I have a pair of pants. These are nothing fancy. These are not actually even outdoor pants. They're just a fleece lined, almost, pair of, really exercise pants or, gym pants. So I put those on and I tuck the t-shirt into those, okay? Next layer, okay? Again, overlapping layers. I'm not exposing any of the skin in my midsection. There's not gonna be any plumber's butt going on today. And that's one way to make sure that your core stays warm, okay? So from there, there's a couple of things I do. If it's gonna be really, really cold outside, I'll put on another long sleeve t-shirt, again, not made of cotton. There's all kinds of ones out there. You've seen that I've had, look, my Hook long sleeve t-shirts. I have Guy Harvey long sleeve t-shirt, fishing t-shirts and stuff like that I'll wear in the fall when it's kind of cool in the morning and then gonna warm up. So, I'll put one of those on. I'm not gonna need that today. I think with this base layer, this t-shirt, and just a sweatshirt, I think I'm gonna be okay. So that's what I do. We're gonna go ahead and put the sweatshirt on. And this is where, once you have all those layers, it doesn't hurt if you get some cotton on the outside here, as long as it's away from your body and exposed. Now, I'm gonna put waders on over top of my pants here. When it's really, really cold, I do have a jacket. Again, this is nothing special. I didn't go buy this at any outdoor store. Quite honestly, I bought this off of Facebook during the pandemic for like 60 bucks. It's a tactical jacket, has lots of pockets, which is good for me to put like extra line if I have to retie or something in there. It's kind of waterproof, so if it's snowing out there, I don't have to worry about that. So I'll put this on and then put my waders on over top of this. So let's get to the waders and we'll go from there, and then we're gonna head out and do some fishing. All right, guys, now we're gonna get to the waders and my boots. So I have a pair of Simms stocking foot waders here. The reason I like the stocking foot waders is if something happens to the boot or something happens to the wader, you're not throwing the whole thing away and starting over. You can just replace the waders. And I have tried all kinds of different waders. My buddy Eric has tried all kinds of different waders. Now, he fishes a lot more than I do, so he goes through them pretty quickly, but it seems that we get about a year, maybe a little bit more out of a pair of waders and about 12 to 18 months out of a pair of boots. And we're pretty rough on them because we're hiking a lot. We don't stand still, in a stream and just wait. We're constantly moving up and down streams, in and out of kayaks, up and down banks and hills and hiking. So one spot in particular that we go, that Eric and I were at a couple of weeks ago fishing, is it's a half an hour hike just to get to where we want to start fishing. So we hike in about a half an hour and then fish our way out. The other important thing about what you wear underneath is if you are going to be doing a lot of those hiking in or a lot of walking out type of scenarios, you're probably going to start to sweat, which is another reason why you want to keep that cotton out of your lineup. I mean, even my underwear is not cotton. It's a synthetic underwear because I don't want anything to, especially in the morning, start off and keep me cold throughout the day. So the other piece of equipment that I always take with me is a tassel hat. You guys have seen me wear the tassel hat a lot. That protects my head and my ears when it gets cold out there. And that's, again, the area of your body loses the most heat in your feet and in your head. So if you keep those two things warm, as well as your core, you're gonna be in really good shape. And right there, ladies and gentlemen, is how I dress for winter wade fishing without breaking the bank. All right, I hope you enjoyed this little video on how I dress for winter wade fishing without breaking the bank. Again, ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to buy the latest, greatest, most expensive gear to be safe on water in the wintertime. If you like following along with me today, give me a thumbs up, drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of this video. If you have any tips or tricks for everybody else at home on how to dress for winter wade fishing. We've got a lot of good stuff coming up. Spring is right around the corner. Hoping it's going to warm up soon, and that means that the big smallies are going to be moving in the river. I can't wait. We'll catch you on the water and catch you on the next one.